to today's meeting of Toastmasters conducted at NIT KB Hive. We are going to witness a very unique meeting today. We will have a lot of new things that are going to be introduced as a format. This is a very unique learning platform where each of us learn from each other's experiences. And in order to commence this meeting professionally, there are a few ground rules that I would request you all to follow. Number one, we all have smart devices which make us not so smart. I would request all of you to kindly put them on a silent mode. I'll give you 30 seconds for that so that we don't disturb each other as well as the speaker on stage. Can you give me a thumbs up? Sanjay ji? Thank you. Moving forward, please do not refrain from disturbing anyone who is there on the stage while they are speaking. If you have to use the washroom or go out, please do so when there is a break. Lastly, let us refrain from discussing on controversial topics like sex, religion, and politics because these are very personal and they might offend the views and ideas of any particular individual, which is against the core ethics of Toastmasters. And lastly, please do always wear a smile. That does encourage each and everyone out here. With that, may I call upon the presiding officer of the evening to declare the meeting open. Mr. Toastmaster VKK Krishnamurthy.
Just give 1 minute, sir. Yes. Give this to me. And I want to give sound here.
Huh?
I want to give.
You give the sound there.
I
I
want
reduce
the speaker on here.
Yeah. Put the speaker. ಇಲ್ಲ I can hold.
ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಸೌಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ because I want to record.
ಮಾಡಿ. You can do it. When you record.
And auto accept ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ಅಲ್ಲ auto accept ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ for
Then I
whatever
cannot
reason.
somebody has to accept, no?
Yeah, that is okay.
No, who will accept that?
Can you come this side? Can you come
But
this
if you
side?
keep
I'll
here,
go
then
there. Can you come this side? I'll go there.
But you are in a panel discussion, no?
Not yet. When it starts, I'll sit.
Again,
when it starts, okay.
Yeah.
You have the team mode, you have to sit here. Sorry?
Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudipto, for kick-starting the meeting. And I see some guests, if they could introduce in a very briefly, and also tell how you came to know about NITKB at Toastmaster. You can start.
Yeah, myself, Damlesh Reza. I came to know about this by Vani Sudha. She's the AG now for Neo Bangalore.
You're Charter President.
Yeah, she's a charter president. So she introduced me to Madam Prasanna Madam. So through that I came here.
Thank you. What do you do? You're a housemaker or you're working?
I used to work for a bank previously. Like since 2 years I quit my job and I'm looking after our more construction finance.
Thank you, ma'am. Welcome. What do you, sir?
Yeah, my name is Kailash, and I work in an IT company. So I have experience about 20 years, and yeah, I actually met someone and discussed about the Toastmaster, and so they referred me to Santosh, and to him I came.
Welcome, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
I start meeting number 214. I hope the minutes has been circulated in the WhatsApp group. All of you must have gone through it. So if all of you, if any one of you approve it, we'll go ahead and minutes is approved. Yeah, thank you. Coming to the theme, building legacy and creating impression, lasting impression. So lasting impact rather, not impression. So you all know what legacy means. Uh, for example, Tata have left a legacy for India. I won't say for a particular group or anything. They are in every field. You name it, they are there. Similarly, Rotary, the Rotary Foundation, TRF we call it, has created a same impact on worldwide projects. So it is about 3,000 crores they collect annually from various donors, and they distribute it to various projects which are in needy projects, and they create that impact. So that TRF is rated, the charity navigators have rated it as a 4-star rating, and which is one of the highest in the world for any NGOs. So that could happen only because they have so much trust, and we have built that legacy on that particular TRF. Similarly, of course, we have done many projects. One example of Rotary is that polio. You all may be knowing. We have nearly eradicated. It has come to a few single-digit numbers. When it was started taken up by Rotary, it was around 350,000 patients worldwide were there in many countries, and it was spreading like wildfire. So we could contain it and bring it down to single digit. Probably in a couple of years, we should be able to eradicate it. That's a legacy of Rotary. So we have created an impact on that. Similarly, if you today, being World Environment Day, I would like to all of you to pledge for a future legacy. We can leave something to the younger generation by adopting small things. For example, Bangalore was in a crisis of water. So we should, when water is there, one may be able to pay the bill, but still we should use scarcely, and whenever it is required only we should use it. Similarly, plastic also, we should not unnecessarily use it. So we can follow some of these environmental initiatives today, so that future we can help the future generations, and they will have water, and they will have a good environment to take care of themselves, and we will be living that legacy, and we are creating that impact. So with this, I invite the Toastmaster of the day, Professor Suparna Ghoshal, who is won many table topic contests in our club only. She has reached area and other levels. She is very vibrant, and I would say she's of course, after all, she's a professor in teaching some subjects in Jain College, madam.
Correct.
Over to you. So for the future proceedings of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good evening, all of you. Good evening, our guests today. Today, we had a wonderful theme: building legacy, creating lasting impact. Our presiding officer opened with Jamshedji Tata and then moved on to Rotary. Okay. I was thinking he cut out Jamshedji Tata from my talk. Wonderful. Because that's the first name we get, right? Not Ratan Tata, not J.R.D. Tata, Jamshedji Tata, who was the pioneer visionary to think about salt and to think about iron and to think about hotels. When he was not allowed to get into a hotel in London, he said, I'll create a hotel for our own country and see to that you guys come and take my permission to enter it, right? And that's what he did in the pre-independent era. Left a legacy for the entire hospitality industry, right? They have done it cut across different sectors. From salt to iron to jewelry to steel to education to IT to software to SaaS, just they're there. How can I forget the automobiles, right? Starting from the Jaguar to the smallest of the cars. The trucks which move the infrastructure material for the nation, all under the brand Tata. A legacy. Whether we like it or not, we all come to know about Tata by the time we are 5 years old, right? And then it stays with us throughout our life. It becomes an example in very, very many ways in our own lives, while we talk to our youngsters, while we talk to our elders to understand how one life can be utilized for human mankind. Okay, moving on from Jamshedji Tata, somebody who has created a lasting impact in India. I'm sure many of you do not know this name, a gentleman called Kumar Vyas. Kumar Vyas was the person who spoke to Vikram Sarabhai and said that, and they were on buddy terms, all in Ahmedabad, and said that the world is going to change. How about bringing in design into this country? And I'm talking about roughly 46 years back. Vikram Sarabhai, a pioneer who left a massive, indelible mark on the Indian space arena, right? He was the one who began it. But with space, he also understood that we cannot really import the entire stuff from countries like Russia or USA or Germany. But why not start a design institute here? And that's where Kumar Vyas, the first designer of India, designated designer of India, was born. Still hale and hearty, 86-year-old, lives, kicks by, and roughly in the year 2001, he started almost a parallel institute called MITID in Pune, which is also carrying on a wonderful legacy. Okay, now this is on the design era. We have in textiles, we have in designer clothes, we have it everywhere. Think about our temples. What an indelible mark of legacy. The Cholas, what they built in south of India, or the Mughals who left back the entire north of India abuzz with anything from Humayun's tomb to Taj Mahal, right? We have it. Or the Rajputs of the west, or for that matter, Shirazdullah of the east. So India in itself is a massive legacy which has created an impact world over. Point is, do we observe it every day? Do we see it every day? Do we learn anything from it every day? And where do we utilize it in our daily lives? If we can do one such job in a day, I think all 1.4 billion of us can sanitize the country and move the country towards a better role. India is playing a major role today in India, in the world. I would like to tell even Narendra Modi is also creating a legacy of sorts. Reformation, policy making. How do you put grassroots up? Yes, there is corruption. We agree to that. Let's not get into that debate. But the point is to bring in reforms is one person agenda today. Okay. From there, look at the impact it has made. Similar impact was made long time back by Ralph Smedley. We all sit here under that big, huge umbrella of Toastmasters International, and we feel proud that we are one nugget somewhere in the world. And if you can really manage your page on Toastmasters International, somebody can get in touch with you. But most of us don't do that. That's the fun, right? We can put in our awards, we can put what we are doing there. You've got your own page on TI. You can do it, you can create it, and then network the whole world. It is possible, right? What Ralph T. Smedley did, I think his successors carried it, moved it further ahead, and today we have got massive amount of people joining every day. Every club wants some people to join, correct? So there is no stopping an impact. You create an impact, it is like snowballing. It has to keep moving, and it becomes the responsibility of the people who have created that change to take it forward. That's when you build legacies. Legacies are not built by one person. in our own homes, each one of us carry a legacy, right? We, our parents, grandparents, and so on and so forth. If you can build your own family tree, you will see that you come from a legacy. And there is something very nurturing about the legacy. Okay. So if I take that into consideration, and the last thing that I want to talk about is, because of that green color, I am reminded today is World Environment Day. Think about that little child, Greta Thunberg, who stood and fought against climatic calamities being created by human beings, right? Whether it is a Toastmaster speaking or whether it is a young child of 17, it is when she started her fight for environmental consciousness. We all of us can build our own legacies, dear friends, dear Toastmasters, right? And for this today, June 5th, Environment Day, we have a wonderful session coming up. And for the entire session to be taken over, I will have 3 friends helping me. And those 3 friends I are called the tag team. And may I request Toastmaster Habib, who will be the timer for the day, to elaborate on how you are going to judge all of us. आप वो भूल जाइए, टाइमर हो जाता है. Can somebody help?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. The role of the timer is to
Let him come.
make a note of the role of the timer is to keep track of the time used by each speaker. One of the skills of an able speaker is to convey message within a specified time limit. This is why we track time very carefully. During the meeting, when you are introduced, you stand up, explain your role, and show the cards to the audience so that they understand the time rules you say. My role as a timer is to monitor the time during the prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. I will raise the green card to signal the qualifying time, the yellow card for the target time, and the red card for the maximum time. I will present my report when the jury asks me for it. Throughout the meeting, keep track of the time for each member on stage. Signal the cards at the appropriate times. Record each participant's name and exact time they took. When G asks you to present, verbalize your report to the audience. Start showing the timing cards from the beginning of the meeting from the solid atoms colors. For visually challenged speakers, use a bell or a whistle as a timing card. If the meeting is running late, you may tell the names of the members who have not attended.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Habib. Thank you so much. It was your first time and great done, right? May I request the grammarian Toastmaster Sanjay Bindal to read out the prerequisites.
Hello, all the Toastmasters. Now, grammar, as you know, is very, very important. Now, the role of a grammarian is to keep track of the proper and improper use of English. And during the course of the meeting, now, grammarian also introduces the word of the day. Now, which in this case is indelible. I hope everybody knows what indelible means. And maximum use of this word should be done today. So you score some extra, cookies. And I'm also going to look at indelible phrases or indelible words that you're going to use and point it out to you. So that is it. Thanks.
Thank you. Toastmaster Prasanna will be taking charge of the counter.
Good evening, everyone. My role as an accounter is to note that any words as will be used while speaking, and the supportive words like and, like a filler words is usage. Thank you.
Wonderful. So, in a Toastmasters meeting, what happens? technically is this three individuals support the general evaluator to evaluate the entire session from the moment it begins at 7 till the moment it is closed by the presiding officer, and then a report is read out for all of us to understand how we performed, right? And in the entire session of any Toastmasters meeting, we have three parts. The first part is that of where we come out with prepared speeches. The second part is the enjoyable part, and the dhak part, where you are doing the table topics because you really don't know what are you being thrown at. And the last one is, of course, the evaluation part of it. There are individual evaluators who look into individual speeches, and then the tag team plus the general evaluator. So you get to understand how did we all perform in the session beginning at 7, closing at 8:30 max. This is what we should be doing. So as the Toastmaster of the day, my job is to sieve around everybody from one point to the other and bring a cohesive presentation for today's evening. So let us start with the prepared speeches. Well, the prepared speeches are the one where we put in toil, fight with our mentors and say this is not right, that is right. I had a lot of fights with Ramdas ji. He was my mentor, and I had a huge problem. I could never write a speech and then speak it. You know? And everywhere I was told you have to write down your speech and practice it. Till the day I called him and I said, I will not do it. And he listened and he said, do not do it. So that day somewhere I felt, acha, then my Toastmasters mein tik jayega, you know. Otherwise, every individual has got his or her own style. And we need to respect that style, strengthen that style, and also accolade that style. You know, we need to appreciate it. Because all of us come from different backgrounds. All of us have got a different legacy, different kind of a lineage. Our schoolings, our college, everything gets impacted when you stand here and speak for those 5 to 7 minutes. Right? It is mirror, clear. So our first speaker is there today. May I invite the evaluator for the first speaker to come and tell the evaluation criteria. Toastmaster Sudipto.
The first speaker of the day is attempting his level 1 project 2 speech today. The purpose of this speech is to deliver an informative and motivational speech and to learn and review basic methods of writing a speech with a defined purpose to present a well-organized speech on any topic. The time allocated for the speaker is 5 to 7 minutes, and I wish the speaker all the best. Over to you, TMA.
Thank you. Our speaker today, I know him a little before he joined the Toastmasters, and where do we come together? We came together on the mental health platform of Rotary again, right? So I have heard him and I have seen him passionately talk about mental health, and anybody who talks about mental health is very good insan from the heart, okay? Because you are actually not talking about yourself, you are talking about the society, about somebody else's life, and that requires massive amount of introspection to talk about extrinsic world. You have to introspect yourself before you speak about somebody else in this world. And that's where I met Pratap, then a Rotarian, today Toastmaster Pratap Ujjini. He is going to give his first pathway, persuasive influence, and he is giving his L1 P2, and his topic is a human furnace. A human furnace, Toastmaster Pratap Ujjini.
Do you know once in how many years Halley's Comet visits the Earth or enters the solar system? Dear Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest, let me talk to you about the life of Samuel Clemens. I bet all of you would have read his literary works. Can anybody attempt to name a few of them? I'll give you a clue. His pseudonym is a slang for 2 shots of whiskey, and it is also a slang for 2 fathoms of safe water in a river. Any guesses?
Pink.
Fine.
Give up?
Yeah.
It's Mark Twain I'm talking about today. Born in the year 1835, when the Halley's Comet reached perihelion, Mark Twain had a humble beginning. He spent his boyhood in Hannibal, Missouri. Before he became famous, he tried his hand at many things and failed miserably in all of them. He started as a laborer in a silver mine, went on to try his hand as a riverboat pilot, a silver miner, a soldier who deserted the Confederate Army during the Civil War. He was an assistant to the secretary to the governor of Nevada, and finally a newspaperman before he became famous as a lecturer and as a columnist. Humor, satire, and cynicism were his forte. It is these experiences in life that he visits in all his works. Now you might all be wondering why I have titled my speech as A Human Furnace. Believe you me when I say everything about Mark Twain revolved around his pipe and tobacco. And he, an incorrigible tobaccophile, started smoking at the age of 7. And he would smoke 30 bowls of pipe in a day and almost as many cigars in the day. So it is his grandniece who gave him the moniker A Human Furnace. His early life had an indelible mark in all his work. He was nowhere genteel and distinguished. The coarse mannerisms he acquired as a miner and a riverboat pilot, including his drinking and smoking, could never be extinguished. His habits always caused a lot of discord between him and his wife Olivia. He acknowledges his bad habits and the distress caused in one of his letters to Olivia, where he writes, "My habits has caused us more suffering than would accrue from 1,000,000 cigars." Here also tobacco. A great man with words, but a very unwise businessman. Mark Twain had a longing for exorbitant wealth and the freedom that comes with it. This ambition, sir, made him take poor decisions. He lost claim to a rich vein of silver mine because of poor paperwork. Invested all his savings in an untested invention of a typesetting machine, which was not suitable for the newspaper industry. These poor decisions made him go bankrupt, and he had to rebuild his life at the age of 65. He restarted giving lectures and write columns to clear his debt, and indeed cleared each and every one of them. His literary genius peaked in the most difficult of his times. Though he had a lot of personal problems, his literature achieved many heights. He had lost his infant son early in life, and he would blame himself for that all along. But now he lost his favorite daughter Susie to spinal meningitis, which happened when he was traveling on his lecture tour with all of the family members, and Susie was left alone. This devastated him, and he never celebrated Christmas again. Another blow came to him soon after in the form of the death of his wife. He loved his wife very much, and she passed away due to ill health. Soon afterwards, his last daughter Jean passed away too. His last surviving daughter, Clara, kept him company in his melancholy. Twain had famously predicted that he had come with the Halley's Comet and would go out with the Halley's Comet. Exactly 75 years after its previous visit to the Earth, Halley's Comet reached perihelion on 20th of April 1910, and on the intervening night of the 21st April, Twain passed away. The trials and tribulations of this legend teaches us two things. One, no one is perfect. And the second one, never give up. Mark Twain summarizes his life as thus: it is not the size of the dog in the fight that matters. It is the size of the fight that is in the dog which matters. This never say die attitude of Mark Twain has left an indelible impression on many of us, and we remember him today after 114 years after his death. Over to you, Toastmaster.
I was reminded of Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Reading that small little book, this illustrated small little book, hardly 5 inches or 6 inches in height, A5 size, a little smaller than A5 size, and an illustrated book is what I had read, I think probably when I was 8, 9, 7, 8. Halka, I can remember that, and then Huckleberry Finn, these two. I was not getting Huckleberry Finn, that name I was not getting, so I just Googled it and I saw. But what a wonderful speech. Actually, when I heard The Human Furnace, I never thought it would be Mark Twain. Never. Okay. But then, yes, a cigarette, a tobacco, a cigar, tobacco taken in any format creates a furnace in a human being, and if it is being taken for such a long time, definitely. But 75 years, yet he survived. God bless him, even today. And he spoke somewhere about adversity, that if you can endure, if you can respect adversity in others, you can endure adversity for a lifetime, right? So that means there will be opposition, there will be difference of opinions, but then need to respect that. Then you can endure adversity, yet be successful in life. And thank you, Pratap, for bringing this lovely topic to this evening session. Okay, now what we have is, I think, one of the most sought after sessions for any Toastmaster, and it will be a long session, but it will be exhilarating, I hope. So I am the evaluator for that. Okay, so instead of calling on an evaluator, let me tell you how she will be, what is she going to do. The speaker this evening is going to conduct a panel discussion, which will be roughly 40 minutes in totality. 35 minutes for the discussion, 10 minutes.
25 plus 10.
25 plus 10. Okay, 25 minutes for the discussion and then 10 minutes for question and answers. Okay, fair enough. Why is this a test for a speaker? Is the purpose of the speech is to actually evaluate the speaker as to how long you can actually contribute to your thought process while you have decided the core thought. The speaker only decides the core thought, but to prolong it for 40 minutes and to carry on the discussion meaningfully is what will be evaluated of the speaker, right? Why do we tell it it's one of the sought after sessions? Because generally we talk 5 to 7 minutes. 7 minutes is where we cap ourselves. Now this is 7, how many times? 35? 5 times. This is 5 times the challenge. That's why it becomes a sought after session. The speaker today is very vibrant, Toastmaster Rashmi, very vibrant, joined in and jumped into Toastmasters. Joined and jumped. There is no gestation period. I have to know this person, I have to know that person, I have to understand Toastmasters. Nothing. Get me a job, I will do it. Now that's the spirit with which she's identified, right? And I rarely have heard her say, no, we should not do this. No, we cannot do this. It's okay, let's do it. It's that factor, and that is that there's a word in English, chutzpah. You know, that word means bring in energy at the moment. This is what Toastmaster Rashmi is all about, and she gets, as I told you, her the timing. And may I welcome you to the panel discussion. All the best.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, friends and Toastmasters here. For everyone here and online, I can look at the camera then. Online, have you ever tried paying electricity bills with hugs? Because people do say, what is more important? Not money. You should go for love, right? Which is more important in life? Don't go after money. Ask them to pay electricity bills with love or hugs. Let's see if it works. Does it work? Reality. Let's come to reality. We need money. Rokha chahiye. Right? That's what we are here for. So that's what we are here for, and talk about personal finance, which is the most neglected topic for anyone in the school. There is no streamlined discussion happening. There is no one teaching you how to do personal finance. But is the most realistic experience which anyone will have. So why can't we learn about it? That's the attempt which I'm trying to do in this panel discussion. So what is personal finance? I'm not an expert. From my experience, I'm saying it is not just management of money. It is more than that. If you understand the personal finance and learn more about it, you can plan for your future. To help me with that, I have a couple of panelists, which I've planned for today, who are experts, whom I'll try to bring online and answer all your questions. The first panelist, he is a certified and experienced equity research analyst. He has 2 decades of experience in managing portfolios of HNI, Ultra HNI, and big treasuries. Right now, he's setting a family office and corporate treasury of Texport Overseas Goenka group of companies. He has helped multiple families from diverse backgrounds to get a sense of compounding effect of investments and continuously doing the same. He also has experience in analyzing, evaluating investment possibilities like market trends, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, everything. So he's an expert. We get the gist, right? So let's welcome Toastmaster Saikat. Our first panelist. Our second panelist is online. She has 3 decades of experience in Punjab National Bank. She has opted for voluntary retirement, and she's a classic example of hard and consistent work, hard work. She joined as a clerk and retired as an officer. She has diverse background and is a very enthusiastic sports person. She has represented Maharashtra State, Pune University for cricket, and she is someone who is always learning, because of which after retirement she underwent training for running and started 5K and 10K marathons. Let's welcome Srimati Shobha Vishwanath. You can unmute yourself, Ms. Srimati Shobha. You can unmute yourself. Welcome on board. Can you hear us? We cannot hear you. You have to unmute. She's unmuted. Huh. Now? We cannot hear you.
Give me that remote.
Maybe that is.
Can Gopaya can you hear us? We can't hear anyone.
Wait.
Bopaya
The
is also
speaker is
talking
off
better
here.
than us.
Wait.
Oh, the speaker is off. But then
Yeah.
there will be a
Okay.
clash.
No, nothing will happen. Don't worry.
No,
There'll be a
mine is
clash. He's recording.
Can you just
His speaker needs to be off and
No, but he's recording. The entire thing will get turned
and
off.
let him on.
No, the mic will be on. The speaker can be off.
you have to on the speaker there.
Okay, unmute.
Speaker, sir. In the next to the Wi-Fi button. Next to the Wi-Fi button. Next to the Wi-Fi button.
She's Rashmi.
Yes.
No, not that. Hold on.
Yeah, it's
This one only.
Rashmi, look there.
yes.
Audible now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Sorry.
Bharat Matravas.
Okay.
Bopaya we can hear, but Shobha. needs to
Shobha,
start.
can you
Unmute. Unmute.
unmute and say a few words? You have to, you're on mute.
Yeah, she's in
No,
You can unmute, right?
it has to be done from the
No,
From
left panel.
from this side.
Sorry, right panel.
From there, unmute her.
Everyone, you have to unmute yourself.
Where is she?
Down to run.
All the way down, probably.
She used to do from hers.
right. From her side.
Yeah. Okay.
It's okay.
Yes, we
It's
can
okay,
hear
we
you
can-
now. Okay. Okay. Let's,
Can you hear me now?
yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you. Thank you.
It's too loud. She needs to stabilize herself.
Yeah. Okay. While we get started, while Shobha, while you take seat, we can get started here. I'm sure we all have financial goals, and we are working towards it. But every little expense, if you don't consider them, it will cause like a leak, which will sink the whole or a great ship. When I heard about it, I realized the first thing which came to my mind was credit scores. So that's why I connected both of them, and I'm bringing on to the first panelist here. Toastmaster Cyclid, what do you think about credit scores, credit reports, and its role and importance in our life?
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashmi, for giving me this opportunity to discuss this topic. In our school, we used to get our report, right? When your class, we are getting the report. What report for that? That is for what we did throughout the year, good or bad or worst, or something to make it good. So credit report or credit report is something like that. But it's not for your educational thing. It's for your credit parts. What credit you took and how it has done, how you have paid. So in the initial level, why it is important for personal finance? When a person is joining, anyone is joining a company or starting his career, the first mistake they are doing that they are not taking care of this credit score. They are taking the loan, credit cards and all those things, but they are not maintaining, they are not paying properly. So in that way is hampering their credit score or credit report as a whole. So credit report is very important from the first day of the professional life.
So, what would a good score or a bad score be?
Definitely the score is very important. It's very vital, but it's not the only thing. You need to understand as a whole, as a credit report. Somewhere 750 and above is a good score. First you need to understand the credit score is coming in 3 digits, between 300 to 900. So anything above 750 is good as a score. But this is vital, but not the only thing. There is credit report also. Sometimes due to some technical glitch or something, the credit score is getting down also. From 800 to it's come down to 750. But the lending and the financials company, there's NBFC banks, they are checking as a whole the credit reports. What is mentioned there? This person is credit hungry or not? He has paid in time or not? A lot of things they are checking. So if you're saying only credit score, anything between 750 to 800 is a good score. more than 800 definitely is an excellent score. But more than 750 is a good score, but it's not the only thing to check.
Can anyone get a free copy of their credit scores?
Yes, nowadays a lot of third party came up like Paisa Bazaar, Bank Bazaar, and etc. And a lot of other agency also. They are giving the credit report, I would say, with the monthly update. But if you need to complain, you need to register a complaint, or you need to give an inquiry that this is not right, my credit report has not been reported correctly, then you need to pay to the bureau.
Okay.
But normal nowadays is available on free from this third party.
How does one start building a credit score for the younger generation here?
You started a new job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you apply for the loan, you need to understand apply for a credit miss. What is credit miss? Credit miss is you're applying for an unsecured loan like credit card, personal loan, as well as apply for the two-wheeler loan also, like as a or scooter loan, two-wheeler loan, car loan, scooter loan, and secured loan. So it's a good mix of credit. So when the bank will see what he has applied for, he has paid nicely or not, and you, if you're suppose in the starting of the life you're not capable to pay higher amount of EMI, right? So better to go for a longer repayment tenure. So what will happen? Definitely will pay more interest, but will not default. So paying more interest at the starting 2-3 years or 4 years is not so bad, but defaulting is the worst thing. Believe me, in the initial days defaulting a payment, it's like, I mean, worst like anything. It will take much time to create or build a good credit score again. So I would request, pay in time, create a good mix of credit, and go for a longer tenure of repayment. This is for the initial days.
Okay. So avoiding defaulting is what you would
That is
get
the first parameter.
to improve
First.
your credit score.
Exactly.
Okay. Can someone have multiple credit scores?
Yeah, multiple credit score means there are 4 bureau now. Civil, one is Equifax, one is Experian, one is CRIF. So Civil is the most trusted and oldest bureau.
Civil is the one.
Yeah, so Civil is the most oldest. There are 4. So there are 4 bureau. One is Civil, one is Equifax, one is CRIF, one is Experian. So Civil is the most oldest and trusted bureau. It has established in 2000. Others are established in 2010. So your answer, yes, one per PAN, one person can get only one report,
Okay.
but from different agency or different bureau. They may be
Bureau,
score may be different also.
Okay. Thank you. In the interest of time, we'll move to the next topic. We have taken only 3 topics: credit score, savings, and the last one would be investments. We have all heard our ancestors always saying, a penny saved is a penny earned, or save for a rainy day, or never spend the money before you have it. So we have been taught about savings from the time we have been a kid. To enlighten us more on the savings, we have Srimati Shobha. Srimati Shobha, what does savings mean to all of us from a bank perspective? Like, how can one start on savings?
Good morning to Toastmaster, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening, sorry. Saving, I will say that it should be incorporated in the children, the students. I will suggest that when parents give them pocket money or something, they should start opening one RD, a recurring deposit account in the bank. It may be 100 rupees also, but they will have an idea to go to the bank and to deposit the money, and that it grows. When it matures, they get the lump sum amount. So that habit will be cultivated in the. So saving money, as you said, money is not everything, but money is needed. So the sooner you begin saving, the more time your money has to grow. So I will say when children finish their education and start getting paychecks, they should start saving the money also. There it this starts their journey of saving the money for their future, for their retirement, everything. If they start it early, it has got value. And that will help in a long way. So I will suggest they can start with small with savings account like that. And then when they get the amount, they can make it turn into FDs. They can save for their children's education, for their so everything starts with saving money. So money is when they grow up, they want to have their own house and all. For that, they should have some money in their hand. So that is the way parents should inculcate the habit of saving the money. And that nowadays we see the children that they spend extravagantly. So and nowadays that higher middle class has come. So they always say, what is there? You can buy something if it is available for 100 rupees and 1,000. No, you can go for 1,000 rupees. So I say that there we should teach them that is whatever needed, that only should buy. It is not that is high end product only you should buy. That saving is also not only in depositing in the account or like that. This way also you can save the money and it will help you a lot.
So what are some of the best or proven ways to save? You talked about RD, you talked about FD. What are the other ways a person can save?
As far as bank,
Yeah.
through bank only
Through
or
bank.
some other means of saving.
Any savings.
Yeah. That depends on when you have got small amount of money, you can have liquidity, you can deposit in the bank only. That will anytime you can have it. So you can withdraw it, that liquidity will be more. Yeah, and it depends on if you have spare money, more money. You can invest in some other that what he said, like that personal portfolios and all.
Mhm.
But at the beginning, it is always advisable to deposit in the bank. That is the safest way to have the money.
How does one choose a bank with all the corruption going on around? How does one choose a bank? And is online bank safe?
Yes, online bank is very much safe, but provided you follow certain rules. Some when I was in the bank, that time they started issuing debit cards, and we used to tell them you should not disclose your password to anybody. And what they will do now, she is my friend. I gave her, and she comes crying to me, "Oh, my all money has been withdrawn." Then I said, "No, I had not told anybody." But she will, my friend, you go and draw it. So some things, some rules we should follow. Then it is always safe. There are guidelines by RBI which we should follow. Even bank while issuing online card or something, they will give you all the instructions what have to be done and not. If you follow the rules, it is the safest way online, and it is very convenient also.
Okay. Thank you. For now, we will move from savings and then we will move to the next section.
Okay.
So what I have understood so far is savings is all about putting money into some product or keeping it somewhere. But if you put that money into a place where it grows, that would be investment. That is my understanding. Saikat, what is your opinion on that? Toastmaster Saikat?
Yes, Toastmaster Rashmi, as she rightly said, the difference between savings and investment is savings is like we're putting the money in the piggy bank, right? It is earning, but very less. If we're putting in the bank, it's earning very less, and it cannot beat the inflation and the tax. After paying tax and beating the inflation, you will get nil, maybe 0.5% or something. Whereas the investment, they're generating the return to beat the inflation and getting a post-tax return, healthy post-tax return.
Okay. What is the best type of investment, Srimati Shobha, for any
Pardon?
person? What is the best type of investment a person can look into?
That is what I cycle say.
Huh.
If you want immediate gains or something, you want stable income, means, or you are decided to have this much only, and I don't want to take the risk, then bank is preferable. Any FDs and all. As he said, there you get really less amount. But if you are having spare money and you don't need in immediate future, you can invest in shares and all this. That is the better.
What is your thought on that, Toastmaster Cycle?
See, yes, there are other products also that is safe, like fixed income. Now it's came into mutual fund segment also. The fixed income is as safe as FD. Somewhere is better than FD also from the return point of view, and taxations are same. For short-term investment, I I will suggest that you should invest into fixed income for 6 month horizon or 6 months to 1 year horizon. And for the longer term, it's 3 years or 4 years. Definitely, you should go with a good quality of equity investment.
What are some of the rules for investing, Srimati Shobha?
Rules.
For investing. If you need to have some amount of money, or you can take some of the risk. Don't gamble. I'm sure you'll have some rules, right?
That's what I told you another way. If you are ready to take the risk, you can invest in so many things. Nowadays, that if you don't want for a certain period, then infrastructure bonds are there. That is heavy amount. You can save your tax also there, and it will be for 5 years or like that. So you will get the income and it is not taxable. That advantage you will have.
Toastmaster Cycle, same question.
Rules, only one rule: discipline, discipline, discipline. You should be disciplined. Why? Whatever products you are choosing doesn't matter. That is as per your requirement. Is gold? There are avenues for investing in gold also. Sovereign gold bond, right? You are getting savings bank interest 2.5% plus. After 8 years, it will be tax free fully, plus the appreciation of gold. But whichever products or asset class you will choose, you need to be disciplined, right? You will invest today, no, I'll not invest tomorrow. But you should be a disciplined investor. That is the rules. And the compliance, lot of compliance are there that we cannot discuss now. If someone wants to discuss, I can discuss later after the meeting. But this is the only one rules from my side: discipline, discipline, discipline. You should be a disciplined investor.
So if they are a disciplined investor, then they can actually grow the money.
Definitely. It's not only money. Discipline, if you are disciplined, anywhere you can grow, right? So same thing for the investment and growing your money also.
How about being disciplined and, she said, risk? How about being disciplined and going into higher risk?
Yes, good point. If you are not investing in equity is a higher risk we are taking for short term, right? If you are not investing in a disciplined way in equity product, in a staggered way, you cannot mitigate the risk of fluctuation, right? If you are doing in SIP or STP, systematic way, every month you are putting the money or fortnightly you are putting the money, that means you are mitigating the risk. How? By a disciplined manner.
Okay. I think with this we have concluded our panel discussion for now. Any questions? Before we get to the Q&A session, we have one question online which has been shared. My question here is, this is a question from Chitra AR, founder of Taliru Foundation. Here we provide livelihood driving skill training for less privileged women facing abject poverty. Financial literacy training is part of the program. My question is, our beneficiaries start their profession as auto drivers with a potential of 30K per month. However, they start with a debt of 2 to 5K, paying high interest rate and low CIBIL score. What are the 3 tips you would like to give them?
I'm assuming that he or she is very young. So first, as he's on 2 to 5 lakhs on loan and a high interest loan, and civil score also less, then first he or she needs to clear the loan as much as possible. And two things will happen. First, the burden of the loan will come down. Secondly, his credit score also will increase or credit report become good. So two things will happen in this way. There also he or she needs to be disciplined. Right? First, you need to recognize what is your priority. Right? First, you clear the high interest rate product. Then you start investing, or you invest in fixed income in a staggered manner. You get the whatever income you are getting, you are paying to the loan account. So that way, in all these things, investment, getting rid of high interest loan, and increasing your credit score, both all the things can be possible in this manner.
So clearing the loan and improving the credit score. What was the third step?
Third one, if you are investing in liquid for a fixed income product, you are getting the interest from those things, small amount. So you don't need to give everything from this return you are getting from fixed income. That also you can add with your EMI and paying back the loan.
Okay. Now for Srimati Shobha, which is better, renting or owning a home?
It is quite a good question. When you go beginning, you definitely will have a rented house only. But when you think of paying the rent and you feel the burden also, and after paying the interest, you will not get anything back. So to have your own house is always better. But at the same time, it depends on the your financial position, your lifestyle. Everything is taken into account. You have to have some money. So when you have to compare your installment for housing loan and your rent, that you have to compare, and it is always have pleasure to have in our own house. So you have to plan accordingly.
Okay. Thank you. Your take on that?
Another thing, you need to add the valuation. What price you are buying the product? I mean the real estate thing. If the valuation is high, as Madam rightly said, you need to check what is your EMI and what is your rent. If the valuation is high, now his valuation is very high, real estate. So one should, for keeping aside the emotional side. So if you are going for this financial way, now you refrain yourself from buying a house because now interest rate is also high and you need to pay huge EMI compared to the rent. As Madam rightly said, always you need to check this.
Rent is also very high now.
I'll come to you in Q&A session.
Yeah.
I'll
We
explain
have a
this thing.
Q&A session, so it started. Anyone can ask the questions. So if you have a question, please come here and ask, so people who there can hear.
Hi. I would ask this question to Toastmaster Saika. Sir, is it good to keep paying your EMIs when you have a lump sum in FD, or is it better to close the loan and save an interest?
Same question I have.
Yeah, so I'll give answer.
I need to add one more in this.
Yeah.
See, you made one statement here that whatever money you have, you put in an FD, and with that interest, you can pay a part of your loan. But don't you think the interest on the loan is always much higher than what you earn in an FD? So does it make
Yeah,
sense
I'll
to make
explain.
an FD and not pay the loan?
I'll explain. You take it differently. I'll explain this.
I think
First,
you should
I'll
pay the
answer.
loan first.
Yeah, I'll explain to him first.
You explain to
His
both of
question.
us.
Yeah, first he asked the question first. So you said EMI. Which EMI? This car EMI, home loan EMI.
Home loan.
Yeah, home loan EMI is if you are getting now FD interest is around, you are getting somewhere 7%, right? So whereas this home loan EMI is 8.5.
9, even 9.
Right, almost.
So I'll give you 8.5, 8.35, sir. That is my part. So I'm taking 8.5, and you are getting FD at 7. So there is a difference of 1.5%, right? So if your property is appreciating in the same manner, like I bought a property during COVID. It's become double. So I am still paying the home loan. I'm not liquidating my investment, right? So if your property is appreciating in a much higher way compared to 8.5%, then you keep your investment. First of all, if you don't keep the money into FD, if it is for long term, if it's 5 years or 4 years, then don't put the money in FD. It is eating up your money, the inflation and taxation. So my point in this thing, you need to check the appreciation rate of the property, then you need to decide on this.
Thank you, sir.
I would like to.
First
This is a
question
No, I would like to differ here. It's a question and answer session.
Which is
see,
okay. We
yeah.
have one more question where someone has asked, so we'll
Yeah.
get back to that.
I'll come
Yeah.
to you later on this.
Yeah, someone has asked, the gold was more when we bought it. Should we still invest in gold given the situation now? Because comparably, if you sell it, it is more now. But given the risk you take, it is not more. Something like that.
Physical gold or
Physical gold.
ornaments?
Yes.
See, ornaments is very tricky thing to answer, right? Emotional things attached, right? My wife is asking to buy ornaments, but I am not prefer to buy ornaments. This ornaments is emotional thing, so a lot of attachments are there. Ask her to keep this ornaments with her, no problem. But if you are investing in gold, gold is something is very robust, very rigid. On the volatile market or anything, it's a geopolitical issue. Gold is the only thing that is giving the support to the country and the personal person also. So always keep gold, always invest in gold to mitigate the crisis. Right? It may be geopolitical in your home also. So gold is a very good investment. Stay invested with that. Jewelry, lot of attachment, definitely keep.
Gold is something even countries keep. It's yellow metal is.
India got back some 100 tons of gold
Yeah.
from
That is, they have pledged. Now they take back because they shifted their vault in a bigger place.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was pledged only to UK because they have a
Okay.
they had a bigger place to keep. Now they took back this. Still 400 tons left with
Left,
them.
yeah.
Yeah. So now they are slowly they are removing the pledge and shifting.
Okay. I think with this, I'm going to be completing the panel discussion. Let's summarize this. I think I learned here personal finance is only 80%. I mean, I would say it is 80% behavior, but only 20% of knowledge. Because I kept hearing about for credit score, discipline, for savings, be frugal, don't buy anything you see. For investments, again, discipline. So it's all about behavior, is what I'm seeing. I hope you all learned something similar
My
to what
question
I
is still
learned.
unanswered.
I will later on post me.
So, any final tips from both of you to our audience?
Ma'am, I have one
Srimati, yes.
question. No, I have one question I want to ask you.
After
If
this, I'll pass my time limit.
I don't know this. Ma'am, I have one question here. Now, I'm asking the same to Saikat. Now, if you have money, and if you can buy a property or whatever asset or whatever you want to buy, why you want to take a loan? It does. I mean, it really doesn't enter my head. If you have money to buy a thing, buy it, because always the interest rate for a loan is much higher than wherever you put, unless and until you put an equity-based portfolio, which is very risky if you have that appetite, or a equity debt mix, which may not be so high. So if you have money, why not buy it? Why take a loan for it?
She cannot see me.
She can hear me.
She can hear.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear the question, Srimati Shobha?
No, thank you.
That's why I told you this. Yeah. Tell me.
Shobha ma'am, what I want to ask you is, now which I really don't understand is, that in case you have the money to invest, why don't you buy that asset or property or whatever you want to buy, instead of parking your money in an FD and taking a loan to buy that asset? Because in any case, always the interest on the loan is much higher than what you get paid for an FD, unless and until you are ready to take that risk of investing in an equity-based portfolio or something like that. So don't you think if you have money, buy the asset right itself without taking a loan? Isn't that better?
Yes, definitely. Because what you are getting on the FD and all, it is always less than what you
And
pay
it
on
is,
your
yes,
loan.
and always taxable. The
Tax-
interest is
and that is
taxable.
also, and whatever interest you get, that is also deducted at source only.
Yes, yes, yes.
So there is no point in keeping the money in FD and buying the asset with loan. So
Correct.
it is not advisable.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you. I think with this we'll conclude our panel discussion. And I think we have already summarized. I have to skip the tips. I think with this
I'll come back. I'll come
hand-
back later on. Whatever questions.
Definitely. I think I'll publish the numbers, and if more requests come in, we'll have a second panel session. Thank
To
you.
you also.
Yes. Thank you.
So that was very rightly said. Money seems to be a behavioral issue, right? How we look at money. Some people would like to keep it to themselves. Some people would like to, it's subjective. I mean, how can you put a gun to your head and tell you're going to save? No, it doesn't happen. It's very, very
Somebody would like to live in the
subjective
present,
to
yeah.
the individual and also to the family that he belongs to, right? And how does the family in totality look at money is very important. Well, I'll have to give the evaluation. Maybe I'll come at that point of time. But with this, we close our prepared speeches for the day, and we move on to the table topics. So, who is our table topic? Vishesh ji, are you there?
Yes, there.
Hello, Vishesh. You need to unmute yourself. Vishesh, that's why I asked. Are you there? Vishesh, are you there? Can somebody else pick up the role, please?
Let's skip because of the
What's the time?
It's 8.
8. Okay. Okay, if we skip it, then we go to evaluations, right? So because of paucity of time, we are skipping the the role, the table topics which were supposed to happen. We'll straight away go to the evaluation part of it. May I invite the general evaluator? Cycle back again, is it?
Thank you, Toastmaster, Madam Toastmaster of today's meeting, Toastmaster Suparna Ghoshal, for handing over the stage to me. It's a very short span. I've came back again the stage. So we have started our meeting. We are running short of time. I'll complete the evaluation in a very short time. We have started our meeting exactly at 7, and regarding our Surgeon at Arms, he started the meeting with a smile, with a powerful voice, and end with a smile, and ask everyone to wear a smile during the meeting. This is a very good thing. You're starting with a good thing and ending with a good thing. So, you've done very good job. Your first time you're doing, or
No.
okay. So why I'm asking this thing, because after starting the your speech, I would say you're a little bit nervous. So that part you need to little bit overcome. Now it's about presiding officer, Toastmaster B.K. Krishnamurthy sir. You have instead of opening the meeting, what I missed out today, that instead of starting the meeting, opening the meeting, you ask for the feedback from the guest. As a PO, first you need to start the meeting, opening the meeting with this thing. First you ask for the introduction, then you follow the Toastmaster guidelines that you ask that this minutes of the meeting has been shared or not. Please give the acknowledgement, and the theme also you captured nicely. You started with Tata, what happened past, they left the legacy for us. Then Rotaries, your transition was very good. Then you asked the question also for future. We need to save the water. The Environment Day, we need to save the water for the future. Although we are paying money, but we need to save the money, save the water. That is very good. That was very good. One thing I need to add here, you called Toastmasters of the day, TO Modi, as a professor. We have not added Toastmasters. When PO is calling the Toastmaster, that time in the salutation, we need to keep the Toastmaster, Professor Suparna Ghoshal. That one point you need to add. Now, Toastmaster of today's meeting, that will cover now only because we are running short of time. I will not go back. Madam TO Modi, when you talk, when you stand here, I believe no one can beat you. That is what I felt too. You are always adding some story in a simple thing, simple way. But if you want to say, oh, I need to learn something, kuch seekhne ko milega. That's everyone is like that, right? Timer, I need to come back later on because this is general evaluation. So you have added lot of names, right? Although presiding officer added the Tata's example, but still you have elaborated in your way, right? How they did not Ratan Tata, not J.R.D. Tata, Jamshedji Tata. Yes, so you'll get a lot of people. When I was kid, I thought J.R.D. Tata and Jamshedji Tata are same. Believe me, that was my belief. Up to maybe 8th, 9th standard, I believed that. Then I came to know no, they are different. So you explained that in a very nice way, very clean manner, I would say. Kumar Vyas, the designer, then Narendra Modi. You just touch and you are not elaborated that, I mean, you know this hot topic now. So you just touch and came on. Nicely done. And all the people all the names you took from diverse background, right? It's not like from one scientist, one industrialist, one politician, like everything you have had. And the transition from your Toastmaster speech to the Toastmaster introduction, Ralph C's medley. Suddenly, I mean, it's very good transition. I mean, you have added one new person like that. You said that legacy, right? Your speech is also like a legacy for us, right? No, everyone will believe me that when you are giving your speech, you are always keeping something for us to apply our mind, to think. After meeting also, I think, oh, Suparna ji said this thing. So that is always it's a awesome thing. I would say wow-tastic thing. And you call the tag role player, and after the tag role players explain their role, you also explain nicely, elaborately importance of tag role, why they're important. It is the best part. Everything you catch today. I have one thing. One thing I missed out. If someone is missing something, as a TO Modi, you need to add the points, right? Suppose the time also. TO Modi, you need to conduct the full meeting, MC. That I missed out. That you have time also. Actually, TO Modi needs to check the time is going up. That part I missed out because as a MC, you are conducting the whole meeting. So that part also need to take care. That is the only point I missed out today from your this full.
You mean to say I exceeded the time?
Correct. Someone exceeded the time. You need to say you need to take the baton in your hand. So like that. That is the only thing. I mean, it will go in the district level MC kind of thing if you add this thing. And another part I need to add. When you are giving, you are an evaluator also, right? When you are giving the guidelines of the second speech, this is a different kind of speech, right? You have explained the project in a broad way. It's not like that this only are guidelines. You have not seen the guidelines, and that is the best part I like about you. You have never said you have never writing the speech. You know, that is the best part. Without writing also you are giving speech like that. I mean, with writing also we can't give the speech like that. So that is the thing. So that is why Ramdas ji said, don't write. Now I need to head towards the next part, that is the speech evaluation. Before calling the evaluator, I would like to take the report from the tag role, please. Right? So first, timer. You need to give your report now. Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The meeting started exactly at 7 p.m. today. The sergeant at arm, Sudipto, who had a time of 2 minutes, has taken 2 minutes and 12 seconds. The presiding officer, KK, who had a time of 6 minutes, he has taken 5 minutes and 7 seconds. The speaker one, Toastmaster Pratap, he had a time of 7 minutes. He has taken 6 minutes and 10 seconds. The speaker two, Toastmaster Rashmi, ended exactly at 35 minutes 9 seconds. If that camera thing, the speaker was not there, then it should have ended exactly the exact time, or maybe
Another question.
10 seconds less.
Right. Your question.
That will not add it to your time.
Evaluator Saikat, who had a time of 3 minutes, took 7 minutes.
Generally, well,
G is not 3 minutes.
No, it's
G is not 3 minutes. G is not 3 minutes timeline. This is a 15 minutes. That is a normal evaluator. G is a general evaluator. Is getting the more time.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. So sorry, I'll take this thing. You are doing for the first time, right? Okay. So first time one person is doing the tag role and he is
very
very neatly here in his business. So give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Abhi. Is a top notch. Is what I would say. Keep this as a good thing. Now I'd like to call the second warrior, Toastmaster Prasanna, as our counter.
The prepared speech. Toastmaster. Hello everyone.
hello.
The prepared speech, Toastmaster Pratap, our counter 7 times, 2 courses. Only about him I need to say or everybody?
Everybody.
Yeah. So Rashmi for 5 hours.
5 hours.
Okay. Cycle many hours. The number is
So during the G or during the
during the session. I
panelist, as a panelist?
Yeah,
Okay.
here also, but the numbers.
Ah,
are,
okay.
yeah.
As a, so good report, very short report. But the thing is, I need to add, you need to count all these things, not only all the crutch words.
No, crutch words was ours were there.
Ah, so apart from
I
crutch-
noticed with that.
Apart from crutch
And
words
pauses.
also,
Pauses.
apart from crutch words and pauses, you need to add the filler words also.
I know.
Like, and you need to add,
And
correct.
yes.
And
So
correct.
I know,
And
but that wasn't there. I was
from the very
conscious.
first point of the meeting, from SA, PO, TMOD, everyone you need to add, not only speaker.
Okay. I
That
thought
is
it is for the speaker.
No, it's up to
Next
the
time.
G. Yeah,
Sorry.
no problem. It's a very good report. Very brief
Thank you.
report, I would say.
Micro.
Micro, but tiny. Now it's time for the grammarian, the technical guy.
See, my first thing is hardly anybody's used the word indelible.
I used.
I used. Except one or
I
two.
used.
Yes, you and her. But after that, It's just disappeared. Nobody has used it. Why? Why is that? Not even the panelists, nobody. Then there are certain things, generally everybody was nice, but it is nothing as most worst. Things were used as most worst. Lot of compliance, it is compliances. Then save the water, it is save water. I mean, certain things here and there, but generally overall it was nice. Thanks.
Thank you, Grammarian, for your brief report. You did rightly. You have not spelled the name. Right? There is a good part. One thing I need to add here for Grammarian, you have given the word of the day. You need to give the meaning and uses of word also. Like we are Toastmaster. There are a lot of guests, right? You may not know the meaning of the word and the uses of the words. That, as a grammarian, you need to give while giving the word of the day. Now it's time for the individual evaluation. For that, I would like to call the first evaluator, the first speech, Toastmaster Sudipta Sud.
Thank you, Mr. Shekhar. The moment Toastmaster Pratap started, there was one song that was reverberating in my mind all through. मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया. Being a smoker myself, I could very well relate to the emotions that Pratap was trying to convey through his speech. It came out excellently. I would start from the title. It had a mysterious hue to it. Nobody could guess, even for an iota of a second, what he was going to talk about. And that drew a lot of attention from each and every member of the audience to his speech. That also had a downside. What? The choice of words were excellent, but probably went as bouncers to many people. So I would suggest from the next time onwards, if you can kindly use a more simpler vocabulary, it would definitely be a lot more acceptable and lively to the audience who are out there. Because as a speaker, you really need to connect to the audience. Coming back to that point, I saw that you were making eye contact with almost every individual in the room, trying to get their attention and making sure that whatever you were speaking was being accepted in the right spirit. Moving forward, the voice modulation part of it. Well, I had the privilege of doing public speaking from a very small age in my childhood, so as with my smoking as well. Generally, what happens, your voice box, as we call it, okay, the moment your chin is down, your voice becomes very heavy, and so does the frequency of the voice. And the moment you raise your chin up, you can actually spread your voice much more than what you are intending it to. So what I would suggest is avoid reading from a paper the next time onwards, so that you can keep your chin at horizontal to the ground, and you can have a much better voice modulation than while keeping your chin low. That was an observation from my side. And even if you have to refer to any material, I would suggest that you make a note of certain short tidbits on a smaller piece of paper and keep it in front of you, so that you can just refer to it, and then the entire series of thoughts comes into your mind, which can flow effortlessly. Moving forward, there are a few things about body language that we all pick up invariably. The first thing that I noticed, that you are using a lot of hand gestures, but time and again you are pointing a finger. Not many a times that is taken amicably, and hence I would suggest that use more open armed gestures, so that your body also speaks the vocabulary and the language that you want to convey. Having said that, overall, it was a very motivational speech because you were sticking to the objective of your speech, which is to be informative and motivate. So, the life journey of the person whose example you took, there were so many things that were not right, but even at the late age of 65, the person was able to really bounce back, and that really gave me goosebumps because I am also going through a similar phase and literally hope to take a cue from that story to bounce back my life. Thank you so much. It was a speech very well done. Over to you.
This is the first time we heard someone is starting his evaluation with a song. In last for 2.5 years or so, I have the first time I heard someone starting his evaluation with a song. It's a new take for me. I would say it's a overall evaluation you did in a sandwich method. It's very, you have explained what are the positive things, what are the positive, starting with the content delivery, everything you explain nicely. Then you explain to the speaker what are the things is to make it better, right? And you explain how to make it better. That is the best thing, right? That is the difference between the criticism and the proper evaluation, giving feedback. You explain how to change the voice modulation, how to use a story different, how to give the references, how to use the references. So these are the very good things. Now some points I need to add apart from your evaluation. To the speaker, Toastmaster Pratap, I'm very bad at name. Your pause was very good. You have asked the questions and you asked the questions and you then you took a pause. This is very good. Two things you need to overcome. One is the hand movement, because you are holding the paper in your hand throughout. Your content was very good, but as you are holding the paper in the hand, your hand movement was stiff, right? You cannot use the hand. So hand movement you need to work upon. And so that's all from my side for this evaluator and this thing. And what is the time has taken by the evaluator? The exceeded time?
7 minutes.
Not me, the individual evaluator. Sudipto.
Yeah.
Now how much minutes?
7 minutes.
3 minutes, no. 3 minutes, 30 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, so within the time. Now it's time for the next evaluator, for the second speaker, I would say for the second project.
Okay, the second project was panel discussion, which is always the cherry on the cake for any Toastmaster session. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you. Rashmi, it was well done. 35 minutes, where did it go? I did not realize. Okay, we were trying to listen and understand certain things. So there, full points. What you excelled at is your body language, your eye contact. You were trying to talk to them, but only thing you didn't turn back. Okay, that we had two senior people sitting there, so we could have done that part of the thing. Overall, if I would like to analyze you as a conductor or a moderator of a panel discussion, good in terms of Toastmasters. But if I would like to move a little 2 steps ahead of Toastmasters, this is where you need to challenge yourself. Maybe you're a perfectionist in your life, which you are seen loud. You are so knotted up, right? You are knotted up, you are trying to arrange this, you are trying to arrange that, you are trying to talk to him, you are trying to find out. Now, Toastmasters will not allow you to do this. In our own lives, we could be very, very good perfectionists. But when you're going through the panel discussion for Toastmasters, there is something. You need to calm down yourself leave it to the two people who are adjusting there. You carry on with your part of the panel discussion without getting so much knotted up. Because it's very profound, and I don't know how many of you observed, but for a person like me, I can make it out. ये ठीक जा रहा है, ये सही हो रहा है, वो देख रहा है, ये देख रहा है, कैमरा सही है. So many things you are thinking beyond that sheet of paper. Right? Now that's something a person like me who has been into this for a very long time, or these are some things which we see when we are judging the communications for our students, it comes out very well. That's your challenge point, because that's somewhere ingrained in your personality. In Toastmasters, you need to move 2 steps ahead and tell tech guys, take care of it. I will conduct my stuff. That much, right? That's one place where you must work on actually. This is a behavioral problem. You need to work on that. Okay. Where you need to challenge is, I somehow felt you are a part of the panel discussion. So I would like to include you also into this. Is that it was a very generic talk, extremely generic talk, right? Everybody knows what you guys were talking. We thought, I didn't find the depth. That depth is something I would have loved to look into it. Because all of us know, liquefy, when do we have to liquefy, where do we have to put monies, when I should balance FD versus investment. Maybe and I see a lot of people nodding heads, look into the finer nuances, one side, on the other side, or depth of questions. So your question framing needed to be much more stronger is what I felt. For example, very small things like, okay, if I default, so what? Right? Your defaulting is prime crime number 1 for credit. You default, very bad, very bad. But why very bad? Nobody is telling. Right? You are telling fixed income equivalent to SIP. Nobody is telling. Maybe not, but there is no clarity on that point. You are talking only about loans. You are not even, because every bank will give debit and credit card at the same time. You didn't even touch that. Credit is debit cards, we have not touched. So I did not find depth. Depth was not there. It was spread out like that, and it was very common information that you all tackled. Maybe a second round, whenever we have discussions, all of us will have this panel discussion. We need to see the depth and a simplified depth, not too much of jargon.
So one topic, go depth.
Go deep, go deep, go deep.
Okay.
Right? Then the audience will start relating to you. I'm not relating, I am understanding common information. Sabko hai. CIBIL everybody gets. Once you take any loan, that CIBIL fellow will come. Automatic pop up. Correct? Where is the need to elaborate so much on it? So that is something that I would challenge you whenever we do anything like that. Other than that, I think it was wonderful listening to Srimati Shobha. I do not see her here, but ma'am, it was nice listening to you, and more so nice knowing that you went into sports and marathon right after your retirement. Well, that is really inspiring. But we had a good time, and congratulations to you as well as the panelists. Thank you, and back to you.
This is called the icing on the cake, right? What evaluator Toastmaster Suparna Ghoshal did. Something I need to add, as a panelist, we have discussed all these things. The number of questions are very high. While Toastmaster Rashmi said this is for the first time, she planned already second round. This is for the first round for the very initial level of people, not for the veterans or experienced.
But you need to understand your audience
Correct.
dynamics,
So,
no?
Yeah.
Audience dynamics you need to understand.
So that is the thing. That
You
is
will have the
another.
Sanjay Bindal kinds who will jump to.
These are very basic questions for me
Yeah.
to tackle. But the Toastmaster Rashmi, as a panelist, I know what she planned. She made this panel discussion for the youngster basically who started the job.
उठे यार एक भी youngster मेरे को नहीं दिख रहा है.
That is what.
Except for these 2 बच्चास.
Yeah.
They both are already into it.
Yeah.
They're
So
already into it.
Stream is 21. They
How much you guys are earning?
Yeah. very-
How much you guys are earning per month?
Already trading at 16 years.
Not earning? अरे शेयर मार्केट में कितना उठा रहे हो यार?
This is for the school, I think.
There's long-term investment, not
Long-term
trading.
investment.
There's long-term
I
investment.
have got students who are earning by lakhs in the share market.
Yeah, definitely. So we are running short of time. We need to.
But exceed time.
Hello. Excuse me. Meeting is not yet over. We'll discuss all these things in detail. So we are exceeded the time. I need to conclude the meeting. Directly I can conclude because we don't have. I'm not handing over to TMOT and to presiding officer. So as a presiding officer, I'm adjourning the meeting number 214 of NITKBI Toastmasters Club.
Done.
I did closing this.
Thanks everyone on time. We will.
Oh, you are here.